Digital marketing is a super hot topic right now. On this index card, I have 7 incredible tips for you and a bit of a tutorial on how to cash in on digital marketing. I've been, just for a little background, if you don't know me, been doing this full time since 1997. I don't mean to be brag, but a couple of these things are true. I've done millions. I've sold millions of dollars of products and services online. This is pretty much publicly verifiable information. I've spoken at 120 seminars around the world. And so anyway, I've got the tips here right here for you. And this is some good stuff. Number 1 is find out what people want. Find out what people want. And you know, right here on YouTube is one great way to do that, because you can actually see the videos that are getting the most views, and you can see what people are searching for. So YouTube is an incredible place to find out what people want, because my basic formula that's allowed me to sell millions of dollars online is find out what people want and give it to them. And I've been doing this with digital products and digital marketing since 1997. Now there's new things we got to change. We have to adapt to what's going on right now. Now, tip number 2 on my index card, and this is a critical one, is the demand for what you're marketing digitally has got to exceed the supply. Now, I'm going to get into specifics, so just hang on. I know I'm covering like 3 kind of theoretical things, and then I'm going to give you some specific steps. So hang with me here a second, because there is a payoff. But this is important, because what a lot of people do is they go out there and they just do the same thing everybody else is doing. And if you do the same thing that everybody else is doing, there's really not any angle to it. In the old days, Ross A. Reeves called it the unique selling proposition, and it was what differentiated you. But I don't think that really says it, because you can be different, but there's no demand for it. Like, you've seen those people on American Idol or places where they're different, all right. It's just that everybody's like, no, man, they're different, but there's not a demand for it. So the whole key to this thing is being able to be sensitive to what's going on currently. And in fact, the reason that I'm doing this video right now is I know as a fact that you are probably interested in the topic of digital marketing. It's a trend right now, because everything, I mean, newspapers are dying, bookstores are dying, even TV is having real problems, and everything's moving online. Amazon is just crushing things, and in New York City right now, my friends who live there say retail stores are closing down because it's all going to digital marketing. So my tip number 3 is you got to learn to build value for intangibles. If you're selling an intangible product like a course, maybe you're selling some kind of digital course or training, or you may be selling physical products on Amazon, which is a little bit different game than selling an intangible. If you're selling an intangible, a course, some kind of digital thing, software, digital assets, you have to learn how to build value for intangibles. Let me just say this. Because of Facebook and a lot of the digital marketing, even for Amazon stuff, is happening right now. The e-com stuff is happening on Facebook. Facebook is a very social-driven environment. That means your case studies, your testimonials, what other people say, their experiences, your social media feedback, your social media profile. All of these things are really important in terms of how you build your value. Now we're going to get down to some specifics here. Number 1 specific is create digital assets. Is once you learn this and digital marketing, create your digital assets. So if you're selling e-com on Amazon or you're selling with Shopify, then your digital assets are your marketing and your ads and your sales funnel and your sales process. Maybe you're using ClickFunnels. So you got to create and get good. You got to learn how to create these things, get really good at creating these digital assets and how to create perceived value for them. Because remember, we talked about building value. When you're selling an intangible especially, you got to learn how to create the perception of value. Michael Porter said in the book Competitive Advantage, the very famous Harvard professor, that sometimes the signal of value is more important than actual actual value. All right, so our next tip here, actually on our list, we're on what, number 5, is if you sell a digital asset, a software, a training, those kinds of things, as opposed to an e-com product, then your members area is really important. Now, I have a separate video on YouTube about Product Dino that you may want to go watch. It's an inexpensive way to have an area, a password-protected area, where you can deliver software and have software licensing, which is really cool, right? And also deliver your videos, your ebooks, PDFs, and other digital assets. So you got to learn, you got to have some kind of a members protected area where you deliver your digital assets. Then we're number 6 on my tips is your sales funnel. And really a sales funnel is sales pages connected. That's really what a sales funnel is. And so it comes down to a funnel is really built of pages. So you got to be able to create one page before you can create multiple pages, which people today call a funnel, right? You got to learn to create one page. Now, there are a lot of tools on how to create sales pages, and I'll have some videos here, videos on my YouTube channel on how do you create sales pages. But this is where you create those signals of value. Your graphics today, especially if you're doing digital marketing on Facebook, Facebook ads and so forth, your graphics on your sales pages are what communicate value, and they're really important. Fortunately, there's a lot of tools today like InstaBuilder and ClickFunnels, and I could go on and on about the different tools that allow you to create, I could go on and on, there's a lot of them, right, that allow you to create these digital assets. Now, finally, the digital marketing strategy. What's your strategy? Well, one strategy is your premium pricing. So if you're in an area where demand greatly exceeds supply, you're able to come in at a premium price, and then as competition moves in, you lower the price to stay competitive and to meet, because competition is going to come in to lower the price because they're dumb, they're stupid, they don't know. The only thing they know to do is to cut the price. So you anticipated this in advance, but you don't cut your premium product. What you plan is a rollout of lower value offerings. They're lower prices, but there's also less value than that premium package has. So you maintain and sustain your premium pricing and value, if that makes sense. So that's one strategy. Now there's also the market penetration strategy. Not my favorite, because you're going to lower the price way down. And the problem on that is your margins, and you got to be really efficient in that business. It doesn't give you anywhere to go. You're already the lowest price, so you don't have anywhere to go. I don't really like that strategy, but in certain environments or cases, especially if you've got the marketing muscle behind you to do it, it can be effective. Now, there's another interesting strategy that Microsoft used to use, and it's talked about by John Zagala in his book, Marketing Playbook, which is called both and. That means you have an offering at the high end, the premium part of the market, and you have a low end offering. So it's called both and. You've got both the premium and the low end offering. So these are just a few of my tips from having done digital marketing since 1997. You know, in your marketing strategy, one of the most important things, I can't leave this video without telling you this, is your traffic. And we've already talked about Facebook, and Facebook is just a beast right now. It's like owning everything. But you know, the other one you can't overlook is affiliates, because the affiliates and associates who go out and sell your products for you for commission, just like you can sell Amazon products for a commission, right? And I do that on some of my YouTube videos. I have a link that will ultimately go to an affiliate product. Some of them go to my own products. You'll see it down here in the description box. You should see a link to some of my digital assets and digital marketing sales pages, right? But don't overlook affiliates because they're a powerful source of traffic. And the thing I like is you can really scale them without the budget, without the money, because money is a restriction and a constraint. But affiliates get paid only when there's a sale. Super powerful. I've got millions of website visitors doing that, and I love that strategy. So, in summary, here's my tips. Let me read them off one more time for you. Find what people want. Make sure that the demand's exceeding the supply. Learn to build your value, especially for intangibles. Then we had create your digital assets, and then create your digital assets members area, protection area, right? Then we add your sales page, creating that signals of value graphics, all of that, and then creating your marketing strategy. Like, share, and comment if this is useful to you. If you want more hard-hitting information to this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is Marlon Sanders. Some people call me the king of step-by-step internet marketing. Make it a great and profitable day.